viewers, let's get in the second part of this 20th day. As you know, lots of people have this kinds of grief, sorrow, or especially they might have lost anything, a lot of things. They happen through all these kinds of grief or sufferings, deep sorrow. But we over here to lead you somewhere where even if you have been through this kind of obstacles or something like that, but I'm gonna teach you, I'm gonna lead you to a somewhere where you actually deserve to stay. So all this is matter, so you have to care all these things over here from this genuine and authentic uh, channel. You guys just simply assume these things in a positive way. So whatever I'm saying, that has to be positive. If it's gonna impact anyone's mental state, then what can you do? We just have to improve it. And talking in an ethical and moral way, that is always a better thing. So we have to be always learn to be special persons. So that's teaches you a lot than any person can. But teach you in a way or something like that. So you have to, if your journey is and your mentality is like susceptible or something like that. Then in that case you come to say that what a person I became in my life. So you mustn't have to be still like that person. Even if you used to be at the time or something like that. But don't care about all these things. You're over here to think something over positive. So that's truly matters in your life. I want to say that even any kind of things can come to trigger you. But one thing you mustn't have to forget that you are over here to do something better in your life. So once you come to see all these things over here in your life, then that is always a better things. So you have to get all these things in a proper way or something like that. So lots of circumstances matters in your life. If you guys are thinking that only all these things matters in your life, then you might be wrong. Because you are not chasing something that you have to chase in your life. So always remember that you have to do something better for your career, and then circumstances also cares. Well, talks about something. It says in the it differs a lot. Whether we're gonna what something can be better in the future, or they cannot be. So it's predicts a lot, and we have to go through the way, and simply we can see something better from it if we come to go through the way. So always choose a better way, better path, and then simply you have to distance better things in life. So once you come to distance in a better way, then you come to learn something better. So always go through the path or your way that you can simply see it in your life. You have to cooperate with yourself, your subconscious mind and conscious mind. All this is matters over here. And then you just have to what go through the sophisticated way. All the sophisticated way matters in your life. So accept, don't care about anyone. You are over here just to stay in a positive vibe or something like that. So that's truly matters in your life. So accept that this nothing matters for your career. You are over here to hard work over something with full passion, with your full heart. So that's why we have to say it's an everything over here. And then what? And maybe people come to say it's an essence what? As a story things or something like that. Or even whatever you are sharing, that might not be an ancestry or something like that, but you have to uh, thought you are the person who descended from the ancestors or something like that. So you always learn to be like those people. They used to be the great people. And then uh, we must have a gratitude for all those people. So we are not over here to talk and to nothing to do under shame or something like that. We mustn't have to keep anything inside us because of shame or something like that. You have to, if you have inadvertently made something bad wrong with anyone, you just have to well favor for their their apology, forgiveness or something like that. Otherwise, uh, you have to, even many things can be over here like wide, or what, you have to be strong person. If you are not right person, then nobody cares about you, man. Neither your mentalities, neither your career. Nobody's over here for you. Nobody is gonna be with you, because you are not living in a convenient way or parts. So such people don't wanna live this kinds of life or something like that. So that's why you are not. You mustn't have to be the part of that kind of things, that who is not gonna hard work over their career or something like that. You are over here to get something better in your life, and always remember that you have to fathom something better in your life. If you guys are not thinking about all these things, then you guys are gonna skip. You cannot get something better from your life, and always remember you are over here to be the better version of your life, and then always learn to be that person. So even whenever you come to appeal, anyone over here in a positive way, but everyone just uh, rejected you, you know. So what can I do? We can simply restart our life with that positive vibe or something like that, you know, even that is nasty or something like that. But we don't want to care about all these things. We are over here. uh, people maybe consider themselves as manipulative or something like that, but we are not over here to manipulate anyone. You know what, if we get, because we cares about each and every person over here. So if we didn't care about anyone, then we have already manipulated and dominated other people in a negative way or something like that. But we're over here to treat us in a proper, positive way. So that's really matters for our career or something like that. So always remember that you are also over here. You're over here to get something better in your life. So if you guys are not thinking about all this, and then you want to simply leave isn't everything over here, and then what can you expect from ourselves? Nothing. We're gonna get anything in our life. So that's why you have to maneuver in your career. Even you guys have started somewhere from you were not but maneuvering, it was really tired, and then that was really out. That was really hard. Or people come to say that you mustn't have to convince yourself to stay in that vibe or something like that, but somehow you have treated yourself in that positive way, and so somehow you are getting something better in your life, and you always have to say, if you guys are not going to say, then who will say? Who will lead you towards somewhere where you actually want to be in your life? Nobody's over here to lead you toward that way or toward that vibe. So you are the person who can change your life. Always think about your career, and learn to convince yourself toward positivity, toward hard work, toward something where you actually want to deserve, where you are from, you can start your journey in a positive or that way. That's really matters in your career. A lot of people come to say that you are a susceptible person. People come to influence your mentality, to your vibe, whatever they would like to do in their life, but you are not over here to get triggered by their things or anything like that. You are a white person, weight version, so that's why you have to get something better in your life. So this way you're over here, you're actually hardworking, sacrificing a lot of things, as other are not doing for in their career. So that's not their life, but we have to remember that if you guys have forgotten each and everything in our life, then we're gonna get anything in our life. So first, but we have to think about all these things in a positive way or something like that. In that case, we come to get the something better things in our life, and then simply what we can lead ourselves towards somewhere where we're actually imagining. We have to cooperate with ourselves. Without cooperating, without coordinating with our conscious and subconscious mind, we cannot get anything in our life. So that's why even a lot of kind of sins and gratitude you might have in your life, toward positive things. You always remember that you always have to gratitude in your life toward positive things, or don't ever let yourself stop not to say over anything, with because of your shames or something like that. You guys are gonna get stuck somewhere where you might not have imagined, but somehow you'll even you are gonna say something better in your life, but you are not gonna get that the things that whatever you want to achieve in your life, because of your that seems, because you couldn't able to distance. So what, even people come ahead of you with that ambitious, mentality, that kind of things they can have toward your journey or something like that. But you must not have to care about all these things. You are over here to say something better in your life. So in the same way you have to say, otherwise you're gonna get anything in your life. So we cannot say anything over it, because you are so conscious person. So always you have to remember that if you're over here to do something better in your life. So if you guys are not going to do something better in your life, then who cares about you? So a lot of kind of circumstances affects a lot your mind or your existence. So always think about it, and you have to go always through the way that from where you can chase a better life. Lots of people are wishing to get that things in your life, and you always have to go through the way, so from where you feel like it's always the better things, and we have to get this thing. If you guys are not gonna get anything in our life, then maybe we're going to feel regret in our life. So it is, instead of regretting in life, we have to hard work. Whatever our conditions, that doesn't matter. We have to get something better in your life. That's really matters. So always be persistent, consistent, that toward your career, that you have to say something better in your life, and without thinking about it, you gonna move toward your career towards positivity. So that's really matters. You have to think about it a thousand times or something like that.